sin, nothing but the blood of Jesus.
Good evening, everyone. This is Brother James Cochran with the Harding Street Congregation. Now, devotional, continuing with the 23rd Psalms. We're going to be wrapping it up today. We're starting in verse 5 through 6, and it says, Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemy. Thou adornest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So that's where we are today. We were giving an overview of the 23rd Psalms and breaking it down and showing where it applies to each and every one of us in our lives and how it applies to those in the Old Testament as well as in the New Testament. Today we looked at the 23rd Psalms 5 and 6, and we want to look at Psalms 24, 1 through 5. And it may shed a little bit of light on that particular verse. And it says, The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. For he has founded it upon the sea, and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend to the hills of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessings from the Lord, and the righteousness from the God of his salvation. So we have to understand, when we look at that particular thing, particular verses in 5 and 6, the Lord has prepared for us in this day and time, in the past. He's prepared for all his people things that he would like for them to accomplish in their lives. He has kept them, he's preserved them, and he's always watching over them. And this shows us that God is a God of all things, everything within existence. When we look at Psalms 18 and 23, it says, that's Psalms 18, 2 and 3. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom will I trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. God is always there to keep us and protect us from all harm and danger. He's there. He's prepared something for us. He wants us to have that. So therefore, he watches over us and he keeps us. He don't let anything happen to us that we are not capable of enduring and going through. We can see an example here in 2 Corinthians 5:1. This example is with the Apostle Paul. It says, for we know, that's 2 Corinthians 5:1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, and house not made with hands, eternal in heaven. So it shows us what God has prepared for us. God has prepared a place for us. And if we want that, we're going to have to live our lives according to his will. In 1 Peter 3:12 and 13, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you, if ye be followers of that which is good? So when we follow God and do what is good, we know we're going to always work toward what God has prepared for us. He's prepared heaven for us. When the Lord left here, he said he was going to prepare a place for us, and that place is in heaven. If we want to get there, we're going to have to continually stay within the Lord, continually stay with him, and always be sure goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, and never forsake the Lord. For if you want to go to heaven, You have to be there where the Lord is. That's what I have for us today. This is our end of our Psalms 23, and we'll be having someone else to prepare for our next session.